much for joining us on this fabulous day of power for Apostle Ely. Y'all know it is Jupiterian energy, so y'all know I am definitely capitalizing on this energy. Those that have guided consultation with me, when I tell you about your day of power, that is the day that you are most energized and you have the capabilities of utilizing that particular ashe, chi, or prana in your behalf. And hopefully that you're applying the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding that I give many of you guys so that you can be able to manifest things that are going to actually move the ball coast in you. Now, if this is your first time in my life, I am Apostle Ely. I'm the pastor and apostle of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in African tradition. As you guys are being notified that I am live, I want to say hello and thank you so very much to my madrina and to my padrinos. To my brothers and sisters in E5, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Paulo. What's up there, Kiara Cloud, my baby Pisces? And then I got my Boaz in the house, Pisces, Mama Susan, Gemini, Latandra, is that the Taurus in this mother sucker? We appreciate you all for being with us on my day of power. What's up, Mary Bond? How you doing, love? And then I got Karen O'Brien, Gemini, with some hearts. All right, now don't play with me, Karen. Don't play with me. I'm grown. I'm real grown. Got me some gray over here. It's spirit sitting on the side of my ear. What's up there, Marty Lee Rogers in the house? Cancer. What it is and how it be. What's up there, Karen Cartwright? Look at that. We got Cancer. Bam, bam, Cancer. All right there. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. And once again, thank you so very much for you guys commenting on there. I'm trying to tell you, y'all are some type of special people that just show me so much love. Y'all made this Sagittarian feel like more than a conqueror in Christ Jesus. And we want to say thank you. What's up there, chat? What's up there, Chastity Leo? All right there. All right there. Then we got my baby Scorpio Keish in the house. And then we got my son Darius in the house. What's up, Pisces, from Facebook? We appreciate each and every one of you guys that are being notified. Whatever venture or social media platform that we are live, we want to say thank you so very much. I want to talk about something tonight that I know that will interest many of you and give y'all some better understanding of, y'all know my platform, I teach magic, universal law. It applies to each and every one. First of all, we want to say to my Christian buddies, don't start your shenanigans. These are the cards that I read from. These are the 72 names of God, technology of the soul. And we want to say, what is my form? I thought I had all this shenanigans. We want to say, there it is. Hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you guys. Now, I want to say thank you first of all. What's up there, Tree? Tree Rhonda, Aries in the house. We appreciate you, and most blessings to Sebastian. We appreciate her for being a way maker. Yes, a way maker. Yes, a bridge over troubled waters. Okay, we want to thank Sebastian personally, individually. Yes, sometimes you got to thank different parts of your body because they brought you through. Come on here, somebody. And we want to say to each and every one of you guys, I am excited for all of you that are participating in my crowning and my support of my crowning. Also, we want to say hello and salutations to Minister Mario, son of Ochosi, as he is recuperating. We appreciate all of that he has done and all that he is doing. We want to say crown Ochosi. We give him honor and we thank God for him as well. What's up there? My eldest son is in the house. He got Cancer. Yeah, he has the same moon sign that I have. Cancer, his moon is in Aries and his rising sign is Sagittarius. Had to be my child. Italy, Milan. We got Libra from Wisconsin. Tree, you say you came with me. Come on now. You know how I am. Yes. I've been going and going and going. I got my military jacket on here. I should have put my daddy jacket on. Oh well. But I'm here for it. Now, what y'all know on my platform, I teach universal law. And I teach magic in a way that doesn't matter if you're an E5, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Paulo, whether you're Mystic, Aj, whether you are a Kabbalist, whether you are a Masonic order, whether you practice Obeah. This is going to apply to you, especially to my Christian brothers. I want to start with Christianity first. And my subject tonight is root work magic. I should have put that in there. That's what I got to go change the title. Root work magic in the ATRS. That's what I meant to put. I put root magic. But root work magic in the ATRS. Now, I want to, first of all, the reason why I want to start with Christianity before I get into any of this. Sir and ma'am, if you are a Christian and you utilize olive oil in any fashion or form, if you utilize grapeseed oil, any shape or form, you utilize any type of oil, frankincense, myrrh, any of those elements, those all come from Mother Earth. They come from trees. You don't have to, listen y'all, you don't have to call it root work. You can call it prayer oil. You can call it anointed oil. You call it whatever you want, but it came from a root. It came from a tree. It came from an herb, okay? And that comes from Mother Earth. And so it is no different than us utilizing any other tree, any other bark, any other branch, any other leaf, any other ATRs. And I want to talk about real root work on tonight. And I want you to have a better understanding what root work is and what root work is not, okay? If you are getting conjure work done and they're working roots or they're working with plants, they're working with tree that covers palo, that covers ephah, that covers Santeria, Lakumi, it covers obia. Most of ATRs work with some form of earth element of Mother Earth, okay? And the reason why I want to say that, because you would think that this would be an easy find. It would be easy for people to see the similitude in what they're doing with other people. They might be utilizing it different, but at the end of the day, it is pretty much the same thing, okay? Now, what's up there, Monique 444? Cancer in the house. Now, I want to first start off from Colossians, the 2nd chapter. I want to explain tonight energetically how root work works, how it doesn't work, why some people are successful at root work, why some people are not successful at root work. I will say to many of you guys, he showed out on his day about absolutely. I do realize that many of you guys have watched other people on TikTok and they just putting herbs and spices in together and they call that root work. That's not what root work is, okay? I'm going to show you what root work is. I am a root doctor, okay? I doctor the roots. I metaphysically work with the herbs, the roots. Whether you're dealing with Osine, whether you're dealing with Ochosi, whether you're dealing with Ogun, or any other spirit that deals with nature, you're doing root work. Call it whatever you want to. You call yourself Santanista. At the end of the day, if you messing with Mother Earth and her herbs and her trees, you're doing root work. Okay? You cleansing people or you killing people, you're doing root work. But we call it different things in different religions, so we're going to respect that, all right? But universally, that's what it is, root work. Okay, Colossians, the 2nd chapter, verse 7. It said, rooted and built up in him, established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. Now, to all of you that don't understand root work, the whole concept that what people don't tell you, in order to do true root work, you must be in touch spiritually with the spirit of nature. You have to be able to communicate with the plants and the tree. But all of you that are just out here and you just grabbing up barks and branches and leaves and stuff, and you're not being guided by spirit what to do and how to apply, that's not root work. That's called making a salad. That is called tossing salad. Okay? But that is not root work. Root work is dealing with the spirit of nature, whether that be through trees, whether that be through herbs or branches or what have you. Now, just like anything else, depending on what part of the tree or the branch or the plant that you are working with. Now, to all of you Christian brothers, you all say that the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. And so therefore, the earth was created by spirit. And everything in Mother Earth has a spirit. And anybody that practices any real conjure, they are communing with the spirit of that particular plant, that particular stone, that particular bark, that particular leaf. That's why tossing. So when you are doing real root work, you are being guided by spirit of which particular plant, depending on what you're trying to accomplish. Every plant does not do everything. That's why it is important to have a knowledge of the roots, the trees, or the plants that you have. All of you that are out here trying to do magic and spell work and you have very little knowledge of herbs and barks and sap and all this stuff, you're not going to be very effective in magic, not on a high level, okay? Now, in order to commune, there they go again. In order to commune with spirit, what's up there, Lydia? Oshun is in the house. In order to do effective spiritual working, whether it's to bless or to curse, you as a man or woman must be in touch with the spirit of that particular plant. Everybody that is born has certain plants and certain trees and certain barks that come along with their destiny. So that's why whether you're doing Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Obeah, Conjure, it don't matter. Everybody resonates with the plant life very differently based off of their energy and their frequency. When you don't spend enough time in nature, then how can you understand why we use Devil's Shoestring or High John the Conqueror, or why we will use rosemary over lavender, depending on the circumstance and the situation. And this again, watching how that particular plant or tree grows or what it grows in also affects your magic. This is why when we are doing success work, we work with the cedar or cedar trees, because they grow really high, and we want the elevation of success. We want the elevation of prosperity. We want the elevation of our health. The reason why spiritual people tap into those energies, because they're paying attention to the growth of nature, and that shows us how that energy flows, and that determines how we're going to implement that in a particular working. Okay, if you are trying to soar high, then you have no business working with a hummingbird, because the hummingbird flows close to the ground. Hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. Now, when it comes to conjure, when it comes to spirituality, you cannot administer every plant, every tree to everything that you're doing. You need to have a strategy by which you are working with, because some elements work against each other. And there's too many people that put in ingredients that don't go together. And every element cannot, certain poisonous plants. Let me go on, because I want to get to something. Root. So first of all, you have to let your roots grow in the ground. A part of understanding root work is understanding the earth by which that particular plant or tree grows in. There are certain plants that especially when we deal with the Rose of Jericho, that particular element grows in the desert. And so therefore, if there's no water, it closes up. If you add water to it, it opens up. So it's called the spirit of resurrection. So therefore, a lot of times I utilize that plant when people are trying to kill folk. I work with that plant, so no matter how many times they try to bring death to them, that person will resurrect. But I also have a connection with the spirit. I'm not just going out there getting the Rose of Jericho, putting it in water, and y'all keep listening at these people. If you are not in contact with the Ashe, the Chi, or the Prana, baby, all you got to do, you got a garden going on. You don't have root work going on. You have a garden going on. You understand? And it ain't nothing wrong with that. Grow yourself to Sillyville. But at the end of the day, you got to be able to activate that particular plant and utilize it for what it is purpose for. If you're trying to keep something alive and making it hard to kill, you will work with the Rose of Jericho with your business. Because when people are throwing dark energy or spell work at your business, they're trying to kill your success and kill your business will constantly resurrect. That's what one of the plants that I work with Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. I don't care how many buzzards they snatch feathers out their ass, they cannot kill Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. Because all I got to do is sprinkle a little water and Apostolic gonna resurrect and gonna get green like a mother sucker. You understand? Being in touch with nature is not just going out into nature, but it is communing with the energetic aspect. That's why you need to know your own energy, your own chi. You need to spend time with your own ashe, and then you will be able to work with the energy of other things. Now, everybody's not going to be strong in root work. It just, everybody ain't strong in nature. And for people telling folk that anybody can go out there and get that and do that, I think it's error. Just like everybody is not going to be a gymnast, but some people can turn cartwheel, but you ain't going to be no gymnast and you ain't going to score no team. You understand? But you can go out there and turn some cartwheel. It don't matter how sloppy it is, it's still a cartwheel. It might weeble and it might wobble, but it's a cartwheel. Then we got Jeremiah 17 chapter 7 through 8. It said, blessed is the man that trusts in the Lord, whose hope the Lord is. For he shall be a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river. See, root work is not just what you conjure. It's how you expand that energy and cause that energy to grow. Whether you're working root work with your money, whether you're working with your love life. See, when you understand how roots grow after being planted. And my Shango is out there on my oak tree, and Shango is digging up the roots around my oak tree. But the roots are so deep in the ground, he cannot kill the roots. Because if you're doing root work and you don't really know how to plant root work, and you don't know the particular plant by which you're working with, whether those roots of that particular plant run deep. What's up there, Stormy? Hey, much love. Mwah. And you don't know that, and then somebody can easily come and uproot the work if you're doing prosperity, healing, and protection work. You have to know the type of energies or how deep those roots run with the particular plant you're working with. There are certain plants that actually grow in mud, like the lotus flower. These are the plants that you work with, or the energy you work with, when people are always trying to sling mud on your name, when people are always trying to sling mud on your business, when people are trying to sling. See, these are the type of energies that can be beautiful in muddy situations. See, you just can't be out here just grabbing up plants and say, oh, I'm doing root work. No, first of all, you got to understand what you're working with. You got to understand the purpose or the environment by which you want to work with. And then you got to have connection with that spirit or that energy or that particular angel or I'm trying to think what whatever spirit rules over that particular plant or tree. You got to have a relationship with that. You just can't be out here throwing stuff and nailing stuff to trees and stuff and then talking about you doing some conjure, because that ain't what conjure is. You got to have a relationship and ask that spirit, will you work for me? Ask that spirit, will you do that? And then you sit back and wait on the manifestation. Why are you out here planning all this stuff and you don't even know whether this stuff is working or not? Because you got to sit back and watch the work of a root. Does it spread? Does it enlarge itself? How thick is that root? How deep does that root go? Because that's depending on what type of energy is going to be operating in your root work. Okay. Just like those that work with olive oil. When you understand the olive tree and how it blooms and how it grows, then you understand why they use it in prosperity. You understand why they utilize it in healing. You also understand why we can utilize the resin from that. Okay? Just trying to help y'all. Because I want y'all to understand, in every ATR, E5, Voodoo, Santeria, we are all doing some form of root work. I just want us to come out of the ignorance of demonizing a root worker in any tradition when you because they may utilize it, and I hate that people do this, but utilize a lot of the root work for negative purposes. It's never the root. It's never the tree. It's never the branch. It's never the Apollo. It's always that person behind there that's petty, childish, insecure, and don't know how to hold a conversation and think everybody's against them. These people right here, they make root work look evil. And I have helped so many people mentally, emotionally, financially with root work. I have helped people get clarity. I have helped people regain their footing in life, because a good root worker know how to ground you. A good root worker know how to strengthen the walls of your stomach. A good root worker know how to prosper your hand, because they know that certain herbs strengthen the hands of a particular individual. You just can't be out here talking about, oh, I heard about this and I heard about that. No. It ain't for everybody. I ain't here to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you how it works. Okay? Did I read this 7 through 8? Oh, let me finish up. Planted by waters, and spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see the heat coming, but her leaves shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of the drought. Neither shall cease the yielding of fruit. So root work, not only when you do a root work for somebody, not only does it stay green, it says it does. The leaves are not even concerned about the heat. That means that in season and out of season, a good root worker can cause you to prosper in many different ways. Just like roots grow very different ways. Because let me tell y'all something. When it comes to energy, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's a church thing, but for whatever reason, people feel like God got to move one way. And he or she can only move one way. And that's just simply not the truth. When it comes to root work, there's so many different ways that a particular tree or stem or branch can be utilized in order to see. What's up there, sister Angie? Brick house in the house. But I want y'all to understand, it says, not only will the leaves stay green, and it shall not have to be careful in the day of the drought. So when things get dry, things slow up, you still going to be prospering. People going to be like, what in the hell? Oh, he dealing with them roots. Everybody deal with roots. You either dealing with roots trying to get your mind right, trying to get your stomach right, get your life right. Now, and then it said it yields fruit. So we understand that when we're doing root work, every seed yields after its own kind. You cannot be trying to work spells, not realize if you're working with watermelon seeds are going to produce watermelon energy. Okay, if you're going to work with grapeseed oil, you have to think in terms of a vine and how a vine grows in a season, and then it blooms its berries, and then therefore you harvest. You can't just be getting elements of Mother Nature and have no clue of how it grows and develops, and not have an understanding of when it's time to benefit from what type of root work you're doing. Okay? You can't just, if you're going to use mustard seed oil, understand the mustard seed tree, understand the seeds from the mustard seed, understand how it produces, understand it's the nutrition in it, and so therefore, as above, so below, you utilize the energy accordingly. I got to talk to y'all because I'm tired of people out here just put stuff in jars, and y'all make root work look bad. You make root work look bad. And then you got other people not understanding how roots work and how effective it is and how conjuring with roots is different than root work. Science and chemistry, absolutely. I told my kids, and my spiritual dad told me, if you're gonna be good in magic and doing spell work, you have to be strong in science and math. You got to know how to count up the costs. You got to understand how things work. You got to know the ins and outs of things. So how can you break a curse with root work when you don't even understand what type of herb or root they utilize? Well, we're going to learn today. I'm going to take out my little time today because it's my day of power. This is how Isaiah 14 and 30. You have to learn how to destroy root work. So I'm going to show y'all that these people don't know how to destroy. That's why people go and get cleansed and it don't work, because you don't understand the level of root work that was done to that individual and what type of spirits that they invoke and conjure in order for that root work to even latch onto that person. And I'm also going to explain to you why it works. Root work will always work on you because you come from the very place where the roots come from. You come from Mother Earth, so therefore what's in it can affect you because they're working with an element that actually everybody comes from the dust of the earth. Your body comes from the earth. So therefore, in that melanin, you can also work roots on somebody to kill somebody or heal somebody. But I want you to know why it does work. Now, the reason why some of y'all think it don't work, because the people that doing root work don't know what the hell they doing. And that ain't my fault. So we got Isaiah 14 and 30. Destroying root work. It says this. And the firstborn of the poor shall feed, and the needy shall lie down in safety. And I will kill thy root with famine, and he shall slay thy remnant. Now, a part of what's up there, Ruby? Thank you for joining us. Now, in order to destroy root work, you have to starve the roots. I'm gonna say it again. In order to kill a tree, that's why they use Roundup, you have to kill the roots by which everything grows, the energy. Rebuking, root work, and pleading the blood of Jesus, bunch of shenanigans, don't work, ain't never work. And the only reason why some people think they work is because the people that claim to do the root work against you don't know what they're doing. They did not do it correctly. They don't know conjure. And so therefore, threatening you with root work and actually doing root work are two different things. Root work, to kill root work, you have to starve the roots. So that means you got to be able to go back to the genesis of the operation of that particular spell work or that conjure work. You got to know what type of plant. What could you utilize to kill the root? Here in the scripture, God talks about killing it at the root. Gonna give you another one, cause y'all know I love you. I'm here, cause I'm tired of the ignorance. I want great root workers. I want great conjurers. I want great mystics and agitators. I want great prophets and apostles and tatas and mumbos. And we can't do this if we're gonna continue to be ignorant. Now, also, Matthew the 3rd chapter, verse 10. How do you get rid of root work? Go on out there and try this. That's why some of y'all get messed up, because you don't know how, you don't understand how that person set that root work into operation. But I'm going to explain something, because I want you to be knowledgeable. Matthew the 3rd chapter, verse 10. It says, and now also the axe is laid at the root of the tree. Therefore every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewed down and cast into the fire. So first of all, in order to get rid of root work, you got to be able to cut it, and then it has to be burned. There's another way. You got to work with Ogun. You have to work with something that can go in there and cut that connection that root has in somebody or something or someone, and then be able to cut it and then destroy it through what? Fire. This is why I tell people, if you're going to really practice root work and teach root work and be a part of the community of nature, then you have to give these people a better understanding. I can't just go out there and take a chainsaw and cut down my oak tree and think because I cut down the trunk of the tree and the branches that tree not going to grow again, because the roots are still in the ground. As long as there's some roots in the ground, it will grow back. You wonder why you think that person working on you again. You ain't first got rid of the roots by which it extended from. That's the same concept when you're doing prosperity work. People can throw at your prosperity, your success, your marriage, but if you get a good root worker, a good conjurer that know what they're doing, I don't care how many branches they try to break off your finances or break off your relationship, or how many storms they try to send and try to strip your tree. As long as those roots are still in the ground, you will grow another branch. You will grow more leaves and you will produce fruit. You don't worry about, only time it's a problem is if they uproot your tree. Understand where I'm coming from. If they go in there and kill your prosperity at the root, they kill your health at the root, they kill your peace at the root, you in trouble. That's a whole nother concept. Universally, this is true. So you can't just go out here and think because somebody came and knocked out. Stop going to level 10 when you are in warfare. They may be throwing, they may be praying, people be throwing at me. As long as you can't uproot my tree, because my tree is planted by the rivers of living water, that means there's life force energy constantly being poured into my tree. You understand? Life force energy constantly nourishing my tree. So the whole purpose about root work is you have to be able to put something together and then have a source by which those roots draw strength and energy. That's a good root worker. That is a good conjurer. That is a good mystic when it comes down to shamanism, or it comes down to being in Palo. You just putting stuff on your pots. Every root work has to have an energy source. Just like every tree got to have a water source. And depending on what type of tree, their roots go deep enough in the earth where they can get water. And even though you don't see it raining for a very long period of time, that tree, those roots know how to go. I want y'all to see how this is. That the roots of a tree know how to find water. The same way the roots that we do in spirituality know how to find a source. And guess what? In order to destroy somebody in root work, they will find a source of energy which can create fear and have you feed. That root work will feed off your fear, your anxiety, your frustration, your aggravation. You will be feeding the root work that is actually working against you. Roots know how to find a source for nourishment. And I know y'all like to go out there and do a lot of evil with root work, but there's a whole heap of things that you can do good for people when it comes to root work. If it wasn't built overnight, it'd be hard to be destroyed overnight. Exactly. If it wasn't built overnight, no, it can't be destroyed. Exactly. Unless you're talking about the mighty Almighty. Now he come in there and, just like he did the fig tree and curse it at the root. It's a wrap. So also I want to talk. You got to learn how to cut root work off. And then you got to learn how to go in there and kill that root. But if you don't understand nature and you just jumping out here and not paying attention if you ever, instead of going to Amazon or going to a Botanica, go out into nature and see how high John is really harvested. Or look on social media if you ever seen somebody go out there and actually harvest that particular plant or that particular herb or that particular, and then you will see that why we actually work with rosemary. Then you will see why we actually work with lavender. Then you will see why we actually work with roses. That's why a lot of people don't register protection with roses, because the only time you see a rose is with the one you buy from Publix or you buy from some supermarket where they done got rid of all the thorns. They done made it all nice and pretty. No, go into nature and then have a better understanding that when you see Apostle Eli with a rose and he utilizing it for protection, you're not just thinking about love, because I understand that because of those thorns that I can utilize that for protection. But too many of y'all out here doing conjure and trying to claim to be root workers and hoodoo workers, and you don't even understand how that particular herb actually can either help, protect, cleanse. There are certain poisonous plants we use to cleanse and utilize for protection. Everything poison ain't to do destruction work. You can actually do something very good with poison ivy. You can actually do something good with wolfbane. But you got to know what you're doing, and you got to know the proper math before you end up killing somebody. Unintentionally, I should say. Root work is a system combined with the belief in magical causation of illness with cures by sorcery or source. A root worker is a person that believes that when they go into and get a plant, that they're going to pulling out an energy or frequency or vibration and utilizing that to prosper somebody, utilizing it to protect somebody. We use certain knots weed. We use knots weed in order to bring a man or woman together, a man or whatever y'all got going on. You know, we use knot weed to bind people together, because that's how that herb is. We use devil shoestring to trip up our enemies because of how it is entangled in the ground. You can't keep buying stuff out of the botanicals and because they can't show you how this thing is going to utilize. You got to watch it in nature. That's why some of us use blockbuster plants. What's up there, Boss Braids? Because we look at those plants that grow out of cement or stone or some type of hard structure. That's real conjuring. That's real ashe. All right there, Sister Tree. I see you, girl. Thank you. Sebastian. Praise Jehovah. Let me tell y'all something. God is so good. All the time, God is good. They be hating on a brother. But God is always on time. Now, how's everybody? Oh, she's done. Now, let me tell y'all something. If you are trying to get work done, then understand the element by which you are utilizing in your particular working. Every ATR utilizes some plant similar. No, I'm not on TikTok. Some of them utilizes certain plants for various reasons. When you are trying to learn conjure or root work, you need to know and understand why that particular bark, that particular herb, or that particular plant is being utilized, so you can understand why they implement it in that manner. Other than that, you're not if you don't understand the recipe, you cannot execute. You can't. You have to understand why that is the recipe for prosperity. Why that is in that particular tradition. Why that is the particular recipe for reversal. That's why I know, like a lot of times, my son is on here. He can tell you. He had got some of my. He was utilizing my money blessed incense. So he had called me and he's like, Dad, I added some cinnamon into the because I was reading and studying, and I seen that cinnamon makes money come fast. I said, cinnamon already in my money blessed. He said, oh, I didn't know that. Just because you cannot see the ingredients, watch the effects of my products. Some of y'all have no idea of the type of branches, barks, animal parts that are in my stuff. My products are when I tell y'all it is nature, it is homegrown. I know root work. I understand that I am connecting with spirit. That's why my stuff manifests in that way. When you sitting there utilizing my stuff with no understanding, that's just like sitting in a car and in the passenger seat and just allowing it to do what it do. You need to understand why I utilize certain incense. And I tell you, oh, you need to go get this incense. You need to use that. You need to get this kind of candle. Depending on what you need to move fast versus what you need to move slow. That's real root work. And guess what, guys? That takes time. I am 50 years old. I've been doing this a long time. People say, oh, I don't feel good. Go get this herb out my cabinet. Go buy this herb. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a root worker. I'm a conjurer. Huh? And that's why I love certain ATRS, because it is full of root work. The Bible is full of root work. Full of root work. I love the Bible. Huh? Because I have an understanding and I am very clear. But these are the things that I wanted to share tonight, and hope that many of you guys, when you working, Boss Person, I am glad to know this now. I hope that me sharing information. Now, I want to give you symptoms of root work. If somebody put a root work on you, they went to Mother Earth. Now understand this. I'm going to use this rose as an example. When people doing root work of my caliber, they're not just using the spirit of that plant. They may tie that particular source of energy to a muerto. They may tie it to the cemetery. They may tie it to a tree. They may tie it to a water source. They may put it in a jar and put it in a particular place. A root worker conjurer who knows his work. Thank you there, my Boaz. Now, when you think about this, even though this is all you see, right? But energetically, everything that this came from is still in existence. Somebody sent me another cash app. All right there. I got you, Lydia, down for triple threat. Let me get my pen. That's Oshun there. Triple threat. Now, let me explain to y'all this. Energetically, it's like if you amputate a person's arm, energetically that arm has been there and that energy of that arm is still there. So just because you cut a plant, just because you cancel just because you cut the plant does not negate its connection energetically with whatever source it was in. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, root work is energy. Understanding Mother Nature. For whatever reason, everybody that claim to be in nature, you stay inside, you don't work with the sun, you don't work with the moon, you don't work with the natural water, you don't work with natural light, you don't work with nothing natural. All your root work come and all your conjure come from Amazon and some form of distribution of botanica. How you gonna ever really understand the source of by what you working with if you don't go out there in nature and see how this thing actually grows or develops. Ask any gardener that's out there. They understand where to get the sap from. Huh? Notice that a bee, when it's pollinating a plant, it is not going to the roots. How you a conjurer, root worker, you don't know where to go get, you don't know where on that tree. Just like a lot of y'all talking about y'all do graveyard work. You don't know where in that grave to go. You don't know how to utilize that grave plot. You really don't know how to use graveyard dirt. You don't know where to take the graveyard dirt from, what to do with it. And a lot of the work that you ain't even got to leave the cemetery, and then you can build a whole business in the cemetery, protecting your business, utilizing root work. I'm just trying to share enough information so you can see what you really don't know. So you can slow down and actually and stop messing with these books. Let me take that back. Without a real teacher, you're gonna miss a lot of things because you don't know what to look for, even if it's staring you right in the face. Like my grandma used to say, if it was a snake, it'll bit you. It doesn't matter that it could be right there in a book or a video or somebody saying that. If you don't understand energy, frequency, and vibration, then it's like, oh, that sounds cool what Apostle Ely is saying, but you don't really know how to implement that. And you're not taking into consideration your energy. And then the source by which you're going to do the root work with. That's why some of these spells are so easily broken. Sometimes I use poisonous plants to protect people. All right, Lydia. Let me burn this for Lydia. Triple threat, triple threat. I hope this helped tonight, and I hope that this put some of y'all mind at ease. And lead this to the professional and find you somebody that actually do root work. And sit up under them. I'm going to say it again. Sit under them and be patient. Ain't nobody, no root worker in E5, Voodoo, Santeria, if it'll sit there and tell you overnight their recipes. If you think somebody gonna give you the copyrights to their recipes, I don't know who raised you. Some of y'all be going around here asking real root worker, oh, how to do this and how to do that. Go ask Coca-Cola how they make Coca-Cola. Go ask Melon Fried Chicken how they make Melon Fried Chicken. Go ask Boston Baked Beans how they make Boston Baked Beans. Go if what you saying makes sense to you, go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and ask them how they do it and see what your response is. And see if they don't sit down there and get out a piece of paper and just write down all the ingredients about how they come to the conclusion of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Go and ask Popeyes how they make Popeyes chicken. Now what you can do is go home and make your version of Popeyes chicken, but you're not going to get the recipe. Stop doing that. It's just ignorant and disrespectful. And some of these people ain't going to tell you disrespectful. They just going to talk about you behind your back. I ain't going to do it. I'm going to tell you so you'll stop doing it. Is it good to move? Wait a minute. Is it a good move to put an antenna in the dirt that helps your plant or vegetables grow? Agriculturally, I don't know if I've never heard that before. And I ain't going to lie to you. I go and get roots. I don't do much planting. My sister do that. If I want her to, if I want certain plants, I take it right to my sister. Or Mr. Mario, most of my sister. I don't know much, but thanks for this information. I know that's right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But guess what? It's important to understand. So when if you got your prayer oil that's made of olive oil, then you got to go look at how olive oil tree is growing. And then when you're praying certain prayers, it'll make more sense why your prosperity moves the way that it does, because that energy of the olive tree is going to move through that oil. That's the essence. When we use your hair, it affects your head. When we use your fingernails, it affects your hand. A tree, you're a tree planted like it's the same concept. Duh. Let me make sure if I forget something. I got Darius down for Blockbuster, Ancestor, and a reading. I am a baby learning from you, Apostle. I'm trying to give y'all something, but some of y'all need to take them classes. Sign up for them classes. Or some sessions one. Somebody told me to do it. My guardian. I was like, huh? Yeah, I ain't nut. I done seen my sister do a lot of things, but that ain't one of them. And she been like that ever since she got that green thumb like my grandma. Like my hand is burning up. People been doing root work on me all day. And had a nerve to do it on my day of power. But they have a right to do root work on me because I'm doing root work on them. I'm not that type of person that I believe that, oh, everybody's trying to get me. I put some stuff in the atmosphere on their ass. So they got to do what they got to do. I'm not a hater. I'm a congratulator. All right. I got triple threat. Then, somebody putting roots on me. No, your roots just being reversed on you because you didn't have an understanding. All right, then we got Blockbuster and Ogun. And when you hear me say Ogun, you got to understand I'm working with the spirit of iron with this. That iron represents force. And then when I put my Blockbuster, y'all got to know the recipe by which I put that Blockbuster together. That's why y'all be bragging on my product. Because I'm a good root worker. I'm a root doctor. And I know how to doctor on the roots. But some of y'all let them roots grow trees and then forests, and then you want somebody to come in there for $40 and knock down a whole forest. It's not happening. I'm just letting you know. Some of y'all wait too late and y'all let that root work take root, build, grow a forest, and then you be in trouble. Because you trying to save $1. Now you're out here hollering. And let me tell y'all something. When we do root work, we tie that energy of that particular plant or tree to all types of things. It ain't just simple as destroying root work. You better know, depending on the root worker and their level of skill and access to ashe, it has a lot to do with what they have the capabilities of doing. Is that what it means when it says your hand is? Yeah. Well, not necessarily. I know what I'm doing. I'm being trifling. So I already know that my hands are going to be itching because I'm actually doing protection work for somebody, and I was doing, I utilizing my hand. And whatever part of your body that you utilize or channel the energy through, that is the source by which the work was done. And so when somebody trying to fight against the work, it goes back to the source. In this particular juncture, it's my hands because that's what I was doing the root work with. Huh? If you get an STD and you're using your tongue, that's where it's going to go. Some of y'all got STDs in your eyeballs. How you get chlamydia in your ear, I don't know. I don't know what you were doing. You were doing too much, apparently. Go back to source. That's why I call it sorcery. Sorcery, all sorcery means is the source of energy from which something is growing, thriving from, or utilizing. What in some spirits source, they utilize people's fear, they utilize people's doubt, they utilize people's insecurity. It's all energy. Every emotion and thought you have is energy. And so therefore, spiritual people capitalize on that for the negative, or they capitalize on that for the positive. I like when people are positive about themselves and are positive about their outcome. It makes it easier for me to do root work and conjure work for them. It's harder when somebody's negative about their own self and their own outcome. Yeah, they were doing too much. But hey, people like what they like. I ain't a hater. I'm just saying you're doing a little bit too much. Yeah, it's like this is when I tell you guys about just finding you somebody and not leaving your common sense in the car or around the corner. If it was that easy, everybody would be a great root worker. Everybody would be a great conjurer. And it's just not. Let me see right here before I move on. Okay. Okay. I got you. All right. Here we go. I'm going to read first for Trey, Cancer, and then I'm going to read for Darius, Pisces. Son, as you're listening, so I can. And guys, don't forget to hit that like button. And please, I know I ask you every night, but it's the truth. You got to comment up under those videos because they're really helping. And let me tell y'all something. Unveiling Ann wrote such a beautiful, I posted it on my wall. It was just, I really appreciate when y'all get on there and do that. Okay. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee that which is in the dark, bringing to light of my eyes concerning Trey the Cancer. Trey the Cancer. Trey the Cancer. Trey the Cancer. That which is in the dark, bring it to the light of my eyes. Concerning Trey the Cancer. What is it that this Cancer needs to focus on? I mean, my hands are burning. I'm winning, y'all. I'm winning. All I do is win, win, win. Ah. I put that on here. Okay. The cascarilla got my hands so stiff. Woo! Now, here we go, Trey. Your shadow card comes up. Great expectations for Cancer. It says Aleph Yud again. It said by meditating on this name, I gain control over the power of time in my life. This has a lot to do with Cancer. This card is saying that basically you're gonna have more. You're gonna be less. What I'm gonna say? Procrastinating. It says instead of constantly demanding more of tomorrow, I appreciate what I have and what I am right now. False and self-seeking expectations are cast out. This has a lot to do with focusing on who you are and your capabilities and your self-development. Cancer, this is also talking about you becoming better at time management. Didn't say great, but better. I'm sitting back, listening, knowledge or something. Thank you so much. Then Trey, Cancer, your card comes up, unconditional love. Hey, again, it said light attract light. It says when I emulate the Creator's love for all humankind, I bring love into my own life. I create harmony between myself and other people and between humanity and the natural world. This card right here is talking about the laws of attraction operating, and because it's falling in your center card, make sure that you are particular about what emotional state you're in, because the laws of attraction are in operation right now over your life. And anything, in any emotion you're emulating, you're going to draw that same type of energy or emotional state or mental state towards you. That's going on right now. I would do more like Psalms 21. And this is a deliverance card. So whatever you're going through in 2023, you're going to be delivered out of it. It says eradicate the plague. Nun Lamed Kaf. It said using this name summon forth the light to wipe out all plagues at the root. I love this card, especially coming up for my own child in 2023. So he's going to be coming out a lot of different things. Think about smoking, cancer, AIDS, pollution, nuclear waste, depression, heart disease, hatred, and any other plague that inflicts the world. Now summon forth light to wipe these plagues out at the root. So a lot of things are going to be taken care of going into 2023. A lot of self-development. I think this has a lot to do with the way your cards are being set up. And so therefore, as you develop and making better decisions, also you're getting more skillful with your time. This is going to impact you coming out of a lot of things. And you're going to nip a lot of stuff at the root. All right. Then we got Darius. I got so many branches and stuff in here. Hear these words. Darius, let me know you're listening, and I'm going to go. Okay. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee, that which is in the dark, bring it to the light of my eyes, concerning Darius the Pisces. Darius the Pisces. Darius the Pisces. Darius. Darius the Pisces. That which in the dark, bring it to the light of my eyes, concerning Darius the Pisces. What is it that this Pisces needs to focus on? What is that this Pisces needs to focus on? There is Pisces. All right. Its shadow card comes up Pisces. Silent partner. Has to do with finances. It says Yud, Resh, Tav. It says tithing and meditation of these sequence of letters remove dark force presence from my earnings and its destructive influence and my light. The light is now my silent partner. I am surrounded by endless blessing and protection. It's a partnership made in heaven. Around your giving, it's because tithing is giving of your parts. Y'all know what tithing is. But this talks about protecting from dark forces, and it talks about light. So this is Psalm 27 also, and this is the focal point of protecting your resources, protecting the things. But it talks about the light being your silent partner and blessings and protection at the same time. That's what's going on. That's the focal point in shadow. And then it said banishing the remnants of evil in your present card. This says Lamed Aleph Va. It said the light of this name deactivates negative energy and cleanses my environment. This card right here talks about cleansing, and this talks deactivate is different than return to sender. Deactivate is like neutralizing something, and that neutralizing the energy. Because a lot of times, I'm gonna say this, and y'all know I'm a component of return to sender, but I like to fight. If you are in the mode, or you're not gonna be consistent in a war, don't do a return to sender. Just deactivate the energy. How you do that? You have to neutralize it with people like me. But there are certain things. A great candle is utilized to neutralize things. Just like that, if you got that Jerry curl, that old Jerry, that neutralizer. That's the same concept. And then your outcome card, Pisces, is dumping depression. It's in 2000. You're going to become more skillful about how to overcome emotional depression or things that bog you down. It says, Hey Kuf Mem. It said, I have now been bestowed with emotional strength to stand after I have stumbled, to rise after I have fallen, and to endure when the path seems unendurable. You will make it through. It is 2023, you're going to be challenged. You're going to be going through something, but it is promising you will have emotional strength in order. That is a great indicator about the outcome of your circumstance and situation. So this is why it's saying dumping depression or worration. All right? Is that everybody? Make sure. Right, I think I got everybody. All right. All right. Now, to each and every one of you guys, I really appreciate what you guys are doing for my crowning and making this process a lot easier. Than I forgot to take off my elecades. It's after, way after 6. But I've been going so much, so I got to put these up on the Mauritius. But I want to say to each and every one of you guys, please, sir and ma'am, understand, I appreciate y'all support. I appreciate y'all commentary. And I don't just appreciate it today. I've been telling you a long time. I am a very thoughtful person, and I realize that many of you guys not only do you appreciate it, but you show so much love and support now from my website. And some of y'all level of patience with me because y'all realize that I'm a one-man show, and a lot of times if certain things happen, I have other things going on that many of you guys just work with me, and you don't cause me no problem. You don't cause me. And to some of you that try to cause me problem, you know that sugar ain't gonna work with me. But I still thank you for supporting Apostle Ely and being a part of my YouTube family, my TikTok family, my Instagram, and my Patreon. I also thank you so much for the commentary, the beautiful encouragement that I need at times, knowing that what I'm doing is being received and being appreciated, and how people are actually growing and making their life better. One thing I tell people, if I never do work for you, if you just take the wisdom, you just take the knowledge, you just take the understanding, it'll make your life better. It'll make your life better. It don't matter what you practice. So I thank you, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I do have to go to work tomorrow, but I know God is moving, and I appreciate him moving through many of you that just are helping me win. All right? Much love to each and every one of you guys. Medifun Ochosi, we want to show once again much love for Minister Mario. We appreciate you and we love you, and we ask God for speedy recovery, and we are expecting God to do great things through the son of Ochosi. All right? Much love and concern for you. Apostle Ely out.